Chiswick Village is a typical example of 1930s architecture. Dorian Crone is an expert in this period and advises planners and developers on historic buildings, following many years as a historic buildings inspector at English Heritage.
The architect was Charles Simmons. He designed a number of blocks and churches, several of which are listed. This is very much one of his lesser buildings. The end walls have been treated well. They've got some nice brickwork detailing, but the roofline is surprisingly weak. There are chimneys which are very functional but not designed into the scheme. There are water towers which are ill-placed. It's almost as if another floor or two may have been thought about at a later stage, but were never completed.
Since 2001, there have been several proposals to add an extra tier of accommodation. The latest proposals are the first to complete the design in the style of the original building. They reflect the applicant's consultations with local design officers and have been endorsed by the Council's External Design Review Panel. Nigel Upchurch is the lead architect on the project.
Our solution was to provide a design which drew heavily on the existing architecture. We resolved the weak junction between the sky and the building. The result is a solution which is anchored to the existing building.
For example, the flat roofs, metal feature windows and the bricks and mortar all match Simmons's original design. The patinated copper cladding, which offsets the brickwork, is a common feature of attics of the period. For the railings around the roof terraces, the architects have borrowed from another Simmons building, his Grade 2 listed White House in Barnet. They've also made sure that the new apartments won't affect daylight onto the gardens or into the existing flats. This has been confirmed by a study in line with council policy. They've visualised the development from all surrounding vantage points. Again, the impact is minimal. The concrete and asphalt roofs will be replaced by a sustainable solution which will improve the insulation of each block. Hot water to the apartments will be provided by solar panels and the latest electricity generating boilers. They won't be connected to the existing hot water system. With these new roofs, the current residents will be spared the £1 million of roof repairs projected by CVRL over the next 10 years. Over the longer term, the new roofs will also help to contain service charges, to which the new apartment owners will be making an above-average contribution. And the proposals offer other valuable communal benefits. The cluster of telecoms masts will be removed forever, and TV aerials will be replaced by a discrete communal system for each block. CCTV and extra lighting will be installed along the access path. They would also redevelop the garages and adjoining structures, recladding the boiler house, smartening up the refuse areas, and resurfacing the access roads to them. Within this area, they would also propose a new estate office and workshop, an improvement that CVRL have already proposed for another location on the estate. This could save the current residents a further £40,000 of capital expenditure. Since they propose to create only 15 new units, there will be very little impact on traffic flow. The apartment owners will park their cars in the 15 new garages allocated to them. They won't be eligible for street parking permits. Further parking spaces will continue to be available to rent in the car parks, although 2 spaces will be reserved for 2 car club cars, which the applicant has undertaken to buy for the benefit of all Chiswick Village residents. A construction plan has been drawn up to ensure minimal disruption, with work sequenced in blocks over an 18-month total build period, much shorter than CVRL's 10-year roof repair programme. Access and street parking will be unaffected. Brad Allnut would project manage the building programme.
One of the concerns of the residents may be that ACS will go through the buildings. However, we've planned access towers at each end of the buildings so that all access will be from the outside and there will be no need for us to enter the buildings.
My strong belief is that from a design and heritage perspective, the proposals enhance the buildings, their setting and the landscape around them.
In January 2014, this view was endorsed by the External Design Review that was commissioned by planning officers and conducted by an architect who specialises in urban heritage projects.